Hi you guys, it's Stephanie with Coffee Paper Scissors. I am working on decorating this box and I hope that I have everything prepared enough that it doesn't take a terribly long time on camera. I've already done one and it's so pretty. I kind of want to show it to you, but I'm thinking maybe I'll show them both to you at the end so that you're surprised. All right, so I had a birthday a month or so ago, and my sister gave me some face cream. She says, don't be offended because, you know, I'm starting to get wrinkles and things like that. Not starting, I've had them for a while. Anyway, she said, I really like this. So she got me some face cream and some eye cream. But, you know, I liked the box. And so I decided to keep them and do something with them. All right, so I'm doing that today. It has a little magnet which holds it closed, which is nice, but once you put the paper on, the magnets don't work anymore. They're not strong enough. So when we get there, I guess I can talk about that. I already started on the inside so that you guys weren't having to watch too much of just gluing, but I didn't want to do everything without telling you, you know, if this is something that you are interested in, you've never done it before, sometimes you really have to do some work on the inside of the box to fix it up. So this particular box had a thing built into it that held the jar of cream, and I had to tear that out. And then it left places down at the bottom that I then had to cover with paper. So I just chose something that was similar in color, and it had to fold here and here, because then the edges of all of it would have been like bare or plain cardboard. So anyway, I left that just so I could show you that part. So we'll go ahead and glue this one in. I am using art glitter glue for this because I'm thinking what I'll do is probably make journals to go inside of these boxes, which I think would be really, really cute. And, you know, an interesting size. The boxes are around 4 by 5 or something like that. So I have all of my papers cut to the size they need to be cut, and they're all inked. And so I just have to get them in there and work pretty quickly since this is art glitter glue, doggone it. I have to get my lines as straight as possible really fast. And then I'm just taking a bone folder and kind of just squishing it down like that. And I really want to make sure that I'm getting it stuck around the edges because, you know, if I make a journal to go inside of it, I don't want it to be getting caught on the edge of the paper. All right. Since we are inside here, we'll go ahead and I think it's this pile. We'll go ahead and cover the rest of this. Yeah. So it ends up being really pretty, you guys. So what have you been doing? I've just been in my craft room. I have finished my fairy journals. I made 2. I had one person purchase one right away, so I went ahead and made a second one so that I could list it. But I haven't gotten to that video yet. I haven't made the video yet, so it's not listed. And I'm kind of not in a position where I can, you know, run out to the post office. You know how things are sometimes. It's just not working out right now. So if I say that they're ready and try and sell them right now, it's going to add, you know, stresses that I can't deal with right now. You know, I can't get to the post office right now. So anyway, I'll do that probably, I don't know, in the next day or so, I think. So that'll be good. But they turned out so cute. I think they turned out really cute. I hope you guys like them. They're virtually the same thing. Every once in a while I would have to make something a little different, you know. You think you're doing something the same and then you goof or something. Let's see. These go, where do these go? I'm getting a phone call, not there. I was thinking I had this all figured out. I think that one goes there. 1, 2, 3. Did I do an extra one? I don't know now. I'm afraid I'm gonna goof. I tried to put everything in, I tried to put everything in piles so that I could just, you know, smoothly put everything on. But obviously that is not the way it's working out. We're having very nice weather. It's the kind of, you know, just typical spring weather where it's a little chilly, a little cloudy, a little sunny, a little rainy, but it's good. There's buds starting on the trees. Some trees, you know, it happens a lot earlier than others, but that's always nice. Fun things to look forward to. And then the sun comes in the afternoon in the living room and it makes it really hot. Or hot, but you know, kind of uncomfortably warm in the living room. I had to open some windows last night to let some cool air in because it kind of got muggy. It rained and we had thunder, which was a surprise. We don't normally get thunder in the spring. I mean, I say that, it's a generalization, but I don't feel like we normally get thunder during the spring. It's more of a summertime occurrence for us. Okay, before I do anything I'm going to regret, I'm going to go ahead and put the ones on top. Now, this is going to be mostly covered, but, oopsie, it's on the floor. And then my chair wheel went right over the top of it, naturally. So I had been catching up on, watching videos, and as soon as I catch up on one channel, then I get behind in all the others. I don't have to watch all of them, but sometimes I just do. What else is going on? My daughter took her SAT yesterday test, and she had taken the pre-SAT in the fall, and she did really well. I mean, she did way better than I did on my SATs, and this was just on her practice one. There are things I just didn't understand, you know. It wasn't something that was discussed when I was growing up, the whole college thing. Not even really at school. It was just, you know, you're in high school, do your work. You know, it wasn't a what comes next kind of a situation. And I didn't even know what the SAT was, you know. I was used to taking tests back I was in high school back in the 80s, and there were these tests that we had to take, I'm sure everybody did, and where you just, you know, you fill in the bubble, but it was more just like a national thing where it would say where your school was nationally or something like that, if I remember right. Maybe it was to help funding and all that. I don't know. But, you know, it was like, oh, you guys are torturing us for 3 days straight all day long. Yeah, I didn't really care. So when it came time to the SATs, nobody explained to me that they were sort of important. And so I was like, whatever. And I just kind of took them the same way as I took those other ones. I mean, seriously, I did not do well. I'm surprised that the school that I went to even let me in. Okay. Oh, and so my daughter did like tons better than me, just on her first, on just the practice one. And so I'm sure that the official score will be even better than that. So that's good. But at the same time, they say that colleges don't even look at SAT scores anymore. So I don't know why they still have you take them. Okay, so I said something about the battery. I mean, the magnet. So I already covered this one, and then when I go to cover this one, it doesn't like hook anymore. It doesn't stay on. So what I ended up doing, and so the reason I'm telling you this right now is that if it is something that you would want, like if you have a box and it has the same thing and you want to keep that magnet and not have anything that you have to worry about adding on top of paper, you have to glue it under your paper. And I was going to do that on the first one I made, but of course I was gluing paper and totally forgot. So what you could do is, you know, I have these little magnets. They're very strong ones. And so you could just add it. Ooh, it broke. Well, I don't want to get rid of it because they're not cheap either. I'll still probably manage to use both pieces. Both ends are broken. How did that happen? I wonder if I dropped them. Anyway, you stick it on there and put your paper underneath it, and then it'll really stick. I tried it on the other one. So I'm just saying, you know, be aware. So this one's broken under there also. I wonder how many of them are broken under there. That's a bummer. I don't know. These I got on Amazon quite a while ago, and they're nice and strong and they're tiny. So there's the number if you're interested. I don't use them as much as I thought I would. But anyway, just a thing to remember if it's something that you are concerned about, you know. I keep on wanting to call it battery, but magnet. Let's go ahead and keep gluing. So what else is going on? My son had his birthday the other day. He came over a day early to celebrate. And he turned 20. Just crazy. I remember when my sister's kids were, you know, turning 20. I was just like, dang, girl, you're old. And now my kids are, you know, well, I only have 2, but 20. Crazy. My husband has a couple of daughters from his first marriage, and they are in their mid to late 20s. Actually, I think one of them just turned 30 or 31, as a matter of fact. So that's crazy. One of them's getting married in, I don't know, a month and a half or something like that. Okay, so I just want to make sure that everything that I have left fits. This one would be right here. Okay, it all fits, so that's fine. We're going to go ahead and glue those down, and then we will decorate the top. Also, you could put legs on the bottom of these. I didn't really have anything that I thought would work well as legs, so I am not. But you could, and it would be really cute if you had any like wooden circles. That would be cute to add to the bottom. And I don't know, you could E6000 it, or you could, you know, screw them on. And then, like if you were putting the screws through the top, you know, through here, and then cover the screw head with the paper, that would be cute, you know, so you couldn't see the screw head, and then those legs would be on there really securely. So that would be a good idea, I think. Also these little things would be cute little legs, but I don't have very many of them, and I didn't want to use them for that purpose. So we're going with no legs. And you'll just want to make sure that you're putting your papers on, you know, right side up. You know, keep checking it to make sure things are as they're supposed to be. And placement. What else? It's a good thing I did glue some of it on without you guys. It's not the funnest thing to sit and watch a girl glue paper down, is it? So for my son's birthday, he came over and I cut his hair. He had told me about a week or so before that he wanted a mullet. And of course, you know, I have the 80s mullet in my head when he says that. But they're different now, and lots of kids are getting them, and, you know, it looks kind of cute if it's done well, a modern one. And so I was like, yeah, I think I can do it. So I was showing him pictures, and he goes, yeah, that's not really what I want, and that's not really what I want. And I'm like, then you don't want a mullet. So I don't know what you're wanting. So and I've been cutting his hair for years. I just, whatever he tells me to do, I do my best, and he usually likes it just fine. Well, this was the longest haircut I've ever given him. Oh my goodness. He, you know, he says, do this. So I did it. And he's like, no, now do this. So I did it. I mean, it was over an hour of cutting. I mean, maybe that doesn't sound like very long, but when it's a boy's hair, there's not a lot of hair. He does have kind of a lot of hair, but it was a long haircut. He's like, I'm ready to just say good enough. I'm like, yeah, well, I need to do some blending because of all of your changing of your mind. So, but then after that, we went to the mall and did a little shopping. He needed some clothes really bad. So we did that and bought him some clothes for his birthday and went to dinner. They had, him and my husband had burgers, and my daughter had mac and cheese, and I had salad. And that was, and we came home and then he left from there, but we had spent quite a bit of the day together, so that was good. Oh, before we went to the mall, we had cake. So see now here, it holds, but just barely. This one holds better than the other one. So what I found was this is a pretty good magnet for this. So I just found the center-ish. Sometimes I find it when it's small, it's easier to use the centimeters. I don't know if you guys are the same way. That's pretty much the center right there. Okay, well, I don't need to mark that. What I need to do. Here's what I need to do. Okay. So what I did yesterday when I was doing this was I did it like this, and then I found the center. And kind of, you know, like, you can move it around as long as it's still in the magnet area, you know, because I didn't want it too low. Okay, so then what I did, I kept looking around to try and find something I could use. And so what I did was put a little dot of glue there. And then closed it. So that it would touch. And so then I have my little dot of glue right here. And I just went around it in a circle and then I wiped my glue off. Then, where's my marker? I took my Sharpie and I put a line here so that I could see it through my Crop-A-Dile. And hopefully this goes far enough in. Yes, it does. Okay, so just line it up so I can see the hole I made. Okay. So then I just screw this on. And we'll do a little bit more to it when we're done, but so that closes nicely and it gives you a little something to hold on to open it. Okay, so it's all covered inside and out. And this took me 2 sheets of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. The one that I'm using is this one that I found at Hobby Lobby quite some time ago. I have no idea if they still have it. Okay, so now it's time to decorate the fun part. So I have some doilies and I'm just gonna go for it. We're doing hot glue and make sure that if there's an up or a down. Use whatever glue you're comfortable with, but I've never had a problem with hot glue. It always sticks for me. And I mean, sure, I could tear something off, but why would I? And I could tear it off no matter what glue I was using. So, I mean, I think hot glue works just fine. On most things, not on everything, but I feel like this is fine. If somebody, you know, wanted to rip that doily off, they could, no matter what I was using. So, okay. And then I'm gonna layer it with this one. Got little strings on me. I'm looking at my other one over off to the side, seeing if it's where I like it. And it doesn't have to be like straight on or anything like that, just whatever you want to do. Strings. Okay. And then, so I made this flower. Let me tell you what I did. I bought some flowers at, I believe, the dollar store, Dollar Tree, quite a while ago, and I took them apart. So, you know how, you know, you buy a fake flower and they have the hard insides and stuff. And you're like, well, I'd like to use that on a journal, but it's so, you know, chunky. I'll just take it apart and then use a button or something instead, and it works really well. And then I just took a couple of leaves and glued them onto the side, and I sewed, kind of stitched the button into the center. So that is going to go on there, but not quite yet. I have some these little pearl things. I thought we would add some pretty little pearls, but I just want to get kind of the positioning right where you can actually, you know, see the pearls. I don't want the pearls lost. So I'm trying to figure out where I want them exactly in the size. Okay. I'm just going to do a dollop of glue. A little dollop will do ya. Where's my... I feel like I want them pointing like at this corner-ish. Okay, do another one. Similar size. Okay. Oopsie. Oopsie. I just had to order glue from Amazon. Oh, yikes. It's expensive. Glue, like I had to order an art glitter glue. That really went up since the last time I bought it. I don't want that curved upwards when it laying flat. And I also needed some hot glue. So I ordered some hot glue. I figured why not? Since I've got one thing coming, I might as well have the other coming. Okay, so there's that. Right, and then I don't want it to stick. I have, where is it? There it is. So there's this eyelet type stuff. So I want to put something that's like a ruffle kind of, that would be back behind my flower and kind of sticking off the back side. So we're gonna do that. Hoping you guys are in camera okay. All right, I'm just gonna start it. When I did the last one, I fussed with it, and finally I was just like, Stephanie, just do it, and it turned out fine. So that's what I'm doing this time too. I'm kind of doing like a once this way and then like a back and forth sort of like that. I don't know what that's called, but folding it like that. And so then you have to kind of poke some glue in lots of places to get it to stick down. I want it kind of full, so I'm just going to fold that one over here. Again, I'm just playing. Whatever I come up with is good enough. I think it's good enough for me anyway. So are you guys not doing much shopping lately, Amazon shopping or anything? My son works there, and they keep sending him home because there's no work. People aren't shopping. Are you guys shopping? I mean, I guess I haven't been, but I'm not really much of an online shopper. I tend to buy more in person than I do online. I kind of prefer to go and see what I like. When I do buy things from Amazon, it's because I've specifically seen somebody with it, but I don't just like go and look for things. Well, apparently right now nobody else is either. Okay, so hopefully this isn't too much. It might be a little bit more than I did on the last one. I'm going to cut it down a little bit. I feel like it's too much right there. Okay. And then we're going to put this on top. I don't want to have any of them going the wrong direction. I want to be able to see my pearls. Right there-ish, I think. Okay, not quite done yet. All right, so these edges that are kind of the raw edge, I just took them and stuck them to the back side of the leaf so that you weren't really seeing that cut edge so much. Kind of hides it. You can get it to do what you are wanting it to do. All right, well, that one's a little bit showing right there, but that's okay. All right, and then I have just some of this kind of I think it was a tablecloth that I cut up to add some little bits coming out the side. Sorry about my hand motions. Those strings are just crazy. I think it goes this direction. Okay. All right, not done yet. Before I do the finishing touches on the top, I'm going to add right here, I'm going to add a little dangle on this. Let's see, I'm just going to move these out of the way. And I'm going to use just a piece of string it to it, and then I'm going to put a little bit of glue to make it so that the string doesn't come untied. If it does, then, you know, it can be tied again and glued again. It's nice that I at least made it long enough to tie, right? Because that's always a challenge. You know, you think you're getting it long enough and then you don't. Let's see, I think I want it just a little bit smaller. Come on. I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue where the knot is, and it'll dry and stay put. Actually, okay. There are other things I was going to add as well. I'm going to add some heart lace around the box. This heart lace came from the Dollar Tree at Valentine's Day time. So I don't know if you can still get it or not there at the Dollar Tree. They may still have some in the craft section. I don't know. I haven't been there lately. And so I am putting it on with hot glue, and then once I'm done with the video, I'm going to lift up the hearts and add a little bit of Fabri-Tac to just the hearts. I'm just doing this to get it done. I was checking before doing the video, and I think I've got just enough to do all 4 sides. I have more of it, but of the one that I had already started using. Isn't that adorable? And then you have to kind of make it work. There's just a little bit more than it needs to be. So I think we'll do a partial heart on this end, and that'll be fine. I think that's what we'll do. So these boxes were different sizes. One of them, like I said, was for an eye cream and one was for face cream. So the eye cream box was smaller by, I don't know, maybe 1/4 of an inch. So all of the measurements, I had to figure it out twice because, you know, that will make a difference in your measurements for sure. We're getting there, you guys. We're getting there. Okay, so then finally, the last few things I wanted to add these little guys, and I'm going to do that with the E6000. So I have a tiny little, what is she called again? I know the name of it. Doggone it, I know the name. Oh, I need to, shoot. Okay, I'm gonna do that last. I need to cut the back off of it. So I'm just gonna place these as little decorations. These are some things that I found a long time ago. I have no idea where I got them, if I'm being honest. Could have been at one of the craft stores, or it could have been the Dollar Tree. I don't remember. I feel like it was a craft store though. But just bling it up a little bit. And I take the little sticky thingy off the back because I don't trust it. But I leave part of it. If you don't, it peels the silver off the back side of it. Okay, so let me just cut this off. It's plastic. It should come off really easy. Okay, cameo. It's a cameo. And my E6000 is going to drool all over everything. I just know it. Where's my paper towel? I have got paper towel on it. I just need to take care of this really quick before it starts going. Okay. Isn't that cute? Okay, so that is finished. Like I said, I will go along and add underneath this so that it's nice and sturdy. But see, that's how the front looks with the little thing. You could add more charms if you wanted to, each side. I did cover the bottom. And then here's the top. It opens up like that. And hopefully someday it'll get a really pretty journal on the inside. The other one is pretty much exactly the same. I used different paper though. But I ran out of this paper, so I couldn't do them both in the same paper. Same bottom and the top. And then opened. Looks like that. Aren't they pretty? I'm glad I didn't throw them away. Okay. So there we go, you guys. Go find a box and decorate it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.